Greetings, mortals. I am Natas, the ruler of the underworld, and today we will be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 398, titled Toshinori Yagi Rising / Origin. So yeah, with the trend of the origin or rising that we've been getting with, I believe, Izuku, Bakugo, and Shoto, I believe those are the ones who got it. We are also adding All Might to this pile, which makes sense personally. We should already guess that's gonna be what All Might's flashback chapter is gonna be, either Origin or Rising or something like that. So yeah, I guess it's both in this case. So yeah. Anyways, we start this page and it's in between flashback / present type of page where we have like a flash where the first part is flashback with Toshinori talking to Nana as he's like, "Let me be your pupil." As we cut to the present immediately, as we have Hercules, All Might's car, sending a new batch of equipment to help him go up against All For One. As we see that equipment like kind of the shooting thing open itself up to like get itself a power boost to send some vials as All Might grabs them, then stabs them into All For One as he then like presses a button to inject this vial, as All Might calls it super asset injection Pinky, referring to Pinky. Continuing the trend, as All Might then says, just after rewinding some damage, you dissolve away now. And then All One's screaming, All Might! As All One's like, well, All Might's like, I'm trash, right? So much for that theory. As we cut to a popular flashback, as we have All Might telling Nana, let me assist you. With all the, as if Nana explained to him, with all the quirk, ridiculous. So yeah, kind of paralleling All Might. Well, All Might and Izuku's interaction in the beginning. As well, also understanding, quit following me. I mean, to be fair, you're not like making it that difficult to follow you. As Oma then tells her, please, I mean it. As then we have nothing. Go defend a 3 meter radius with that rusty pipe of yours. Good luck. So, as then Oma tells her, my family was killed a while back. As they were not telling him, mine too, but I don't have the luxury to join your little quest for vengeance, which is what she's assuming is the reason why he told her that information. As they were as we didn't have Oma telling her, I just can't accept a world where those who take from others come out on top, and then those who've had their everything stolen, their grief turns to hatred in an endless spiraling cycle. Which I think. No, I'm not saying the exact. I'm actually gonna scrap questioning these official translations here, because I believe in the unofficial translations he told her that already that wouldn't that because he has no family is the reason why he would be best for the job or something like that. But in this one, he just goes straight into like telling him her views on this matter. As they have not turning to him, it kind of like so snarky where she's like, yeah, and what's your solution? And then she looks at him and then she's kind of surprised, like, huh? Which I guess it means the determination in his eyes, because now she's probably properly looking at him. As they have Oma telling her, I want to make the world a place where everyone can live with a smile. And for that, the world needs a symbol. As then we have Nana look at him like, a symbol for what? As if him telling her a bit of peace. So yeah, as we didn't see like a bit like how the world a bit looked like, and yeah, the world, the way how how the previous users of All For One compared how the world is shaping into basically what it was there, how the world looked like during their time period. Yeah, they were not joking on that, because we see like a bunch of buildings destroyed as they're like walking the normal like next road, like like on a hill, let's say, as there we seen the stairs, and we see like a bunch of giant spikes coming from a certain points, buildings crumbling. You can even see like backgrounds where it may not be known what damaged them, but you can tell like there was a bunch of destruction all over the place, and looks like just for miles. As then we get like a close-up shot of some of the buildings destroyed. As we have All Might telling her, even with plenty of new buildings and visible restorations efforts, people have been living in fear for a while now. Their hearts and minds are shrouded in darkness. Yeah, no joke. It seems like now you can't even live there without everything being destroyed to this point. As then we have Nana now looking at her hands, as Nana looks at him seriously with, so you would put on a grand display of power. So what she's basically she's trying to figure out what exactly he's meaning with the symbol of peace. Basically, use power to demonstrate it. As I have Oma telling her, everyone's got a tough enough time with their own 3 foot radius. So yes, I would step up. A quirkless guy like me has to. There's no rule otherwise, as we see like our first proper in this flashback, a proper shot of his face in this chapter. I mean, we see his face properly in the previous chapter, but in this one we have like a what Nana sees in his timid eyes, which again I do have to question the word places. I think in the honestly the unofficial translations, I think that lines were said a little bit better than these ones, but regardless, as then we have we transition back to the present as we have like buildings being destroyed between All Might and All For and fighting still. Which again, this album is like putting on more of a fight in Gigantomachia, Mount Lady, Inasa, and Tokoyami and Hawk. Well, I think Hawk's so quick at that point. But it's putting a way better fight against them. Actually, putting a fight is more accurate to say than any of them, and All Might still standing afterwards. So this album is top tier in terms of technology. Like shit on say how technology is inefficient or all you want, but if this is the level that inefficient technology is, then oh my god, the technology is only gonna get greater and greater. Pretty soon everyone quirkless is gonna be able to fight better than most people with quirks. Say we have a bunch of rumbling on the ground and all that. As almost been sent to a building that finally catches his fall. As we have some of the police officers saying, All For One is even closer to you right now, but he's very, of course, he's pursuing All Might instead. As we get like a little map showing us how this is going, like we have like a straight line for, let's say, UA, and then there's like a bit of a, like he sent All Might in a different direction, so he went like so he went sideways instead of forward. But because then we have Detective guy, I'm blinking on his name right now, kind of crying, oh shit. As we have All For One going again towards All Might. As we have All Might now being like getting his damage report as the computer he tells him fractured ribs, full body contusion, contusion, full body contusion. I think it's supposed to be. As then we got to All Might. I think I'm not sure if All Might's this is All Might staring with having a flashback, or if this is him reminding himself of a moment, or if this is just him like in a very convenient place. Honestly, I think it's probably like the same area as he's in one building staring at the other building's rooftop, and he sees that's the same one that he and Izuku first met or things talked together. As if the computer telling him respiratory malfunction, as All Might's like finally like reverse my big that building. As he remembers how we get a panel of Izuku and All Might talking together. As All Might thinks of, I too was once brimming with youth. Then he remembers Izuku rushing to save Sludgeville, and then All Might remembers Stain shouting at him before the war started. With Stain's words, the man we knew as All Might could not live his life any other way. Is any other way? As then we have All Might once again staring back up, even though the armor does not work, and the armor itself, honestly, seems to be like falling apart as he's standing up. And even one of the hair things is like completely destroyed on his helmet, so his hair's out now. As in All For One in a I'm assuming he's like 13s or 14, somewhere in that time period. Is now staring down at him, still looking like his eyes are gonna bulge from his head over how angry he is towards All Might. As then we have All Might saying, "Is he even younger now? maybe he's not, as he brings to himself, maybe he's not aware of it. Better not probe, or he might come to his senses. So yeah, it's now referring to the all for one getting younger and younger. Now he is more visibly young, which is true. I mean, he did look younger in the previous chapter. Then, well, he does look younger in this chapter than he looked in the previous chapter. So he's not going to so much like noticing this, but he has to be now careful to not let it spill. As they have All Might think himself, he had to use a quirks to expel the pinky super asset from his body, but the is hurting him. Does taking damage speed up the rewinding process? So yeah, now All Might is thinking to himself about what exactly would be the best way to deal with him and all options. As now, greater damage equals faster de-aging for All for One. As All Might then like ha ha ha, as in All for One stares at him. As we have All Might kind of like in a bit of like a broken, twisted sense, like ha 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 ha. As All for One is getting so pissed out that he's just combining quirks together. As they have All Might does it live throughout the series, flashing before his eyes. Like we see All Might's determination, close-ups. We see the food that he dropped when Deku was going into his edgy vigilante phase. And we just see a bunch of other the shots of we got close up of All Might just laughing on everything. As then we have him screaming, "Don't stop now, Hercules! Keep it coming!" As even more things are getting shot from Hercules, which at this point, when Hercules is gonna be completely empty, which I can totally see it being in like one chapter, is when All Might is gonna be like gonna die or something like that. And then we see like a bunch of more stuff being fired out. As they have All Might with his life beaming, as we see like the destroyed armor as we get a close up, and funny enough, he actually seems to have like normal eyes here. It's down the dark sunken in eyes he had previously, which I do think we have seen those eyes normally because I think it was only like I think he had normal eyes when he was in his like 20s or something, but then after some time he just kind of got them sinking deep into just being pure black. As then now we have him shining as the other eyes also pure black as he's like kind of like going full out with everything. As Oman's laughing, ha 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 ha, and he's thinking of to be of service to others. What a joy! So yeah, he's really happy about, even though he knows he's gonna be dying, and now he knows he's not gonna be able to last much longer. He's so happy at least he can help in some way. So if he can damage with this armor that's superior to Gigantomachia, then he will enjoy it to his fullest. As we have the armor again putting up on him, as then All Might's like, fight on together, as everything shoves stuff up. As then we have All Might in like very badass. I don't know what this is supposed to be referencing, but you know those like over the top badass armors they have in shooting games, like or something like that, like over the top weapons. Yeah, he seems to be getting that on himself right now, as he's getting like two giant cannons on his arm and with shields. Him getting a like a tail added to his form. Him getting like Doctor three set of Doctor Octavius arms by looks of it, as well as an eagle follow also with him, and it's all kind of putting it together. As they have All Might thinking to himself, "You hear me?" As then All Might screams to All for One, "Frostus, Rarity, and Ingenium, full throttle!" Ingenium and Rarity. And then he thinks again, "To victory!" As there's like a big splash of water, which honestly seems to like engulf a city at this point. But looks of it, at least that's what I'm assuming is happening right now. Or maybe that's supposed to be us transitioning to Izuku, because the next page does have Izuku and Shiraki. As then we, anyways, after that shot of the big blast, we then cut to the Vestige All Might. As the Vestige All Might's like, he's fighting All Might. As then we get a cool panel of Izuku and Shiraki clashing. As we have Izuku back, as energy is coming from his body and sweat and everything. And then Shiraki is just like licking his teeth as he's like also being still wrapped, and it's like great cool, like yeah, yeah, determination. I guess he didn't realize what happened to his friends. At least now, okay, I do all of that's gonna be come to play in the battle. So yeah, we get this very cool panel, as then we get to a similar panel no, in the next page. Well, the final page of the chapter. It's kind of like paralleling the two as we have. Well, not really paralleling the two, but it's kind of like similar premise as we have. All for one, like we. Oh, you still have more in the tank. And his young says he's looking down at All Might as he has one of his eyes almost closed by looks of things. As All Might is laughing his ass out as he's like spraying blood from his mouth. As he's looking determined as he thinks to himself, Midoriya kid! As we end the chapter. No, I'm not certain this is supposed to imply that despite using that cool badass over the top armor X additions to himself, if this means that All for One got like a shot at him while he was going to charge at him and then now he killed him or something. Because again, I feel like that's gonna be like a chapter 400 moment, and we are like only one chapter to be for that before chapter 400. So I do have to question, although we could be transitioning the battle to all Izuku versus Shiraku's. I believe we've been away from the fight for a for a very long time now. So I could totally see something like that. That where Izuku is where like next fight we get like a bit of a forward to that fight, and then maybe like at the end of the chapter we transition back to All Might and All For One, so we see All Might dead on All For One's hand. So maybe like All For One appears and he's holding All For One, All Might's corpse, but the corpse is still smiling and still defiant or something like that. But regardless, that's the end chapter, and we'll have to wait and see. So yeah, this chapter, it's a very short, it's also weirdly short chapter, if I'm being honest. As then we have, it's like a very fun, like, I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get more flashback from him because I was expecting there to be a more focus, and like a more flashing out. All we really learned actually is that his family died, all of his family died before, he even got his quirk, so he was kind of a blank slate. And honestly, I do prefer the unofficial translations more over this because in that one they actually do mention stuff like his family died, so that's why he would make a perfect va- so that's why he would make a perfect vest or the perfect next holder for all. Well, one for all because he doesn't have anyone to protect, doesn't have anyone to take care of, anything of that type of sort. So he would be perfect for it, which also explains why he doesn't have a girlfriend or married or anything like that. So yeah, and I'm a little disappointed they didn't use those translations, but whatever. The chapter itself was a pretty cool like action chapter, and yeah, I feel like the final panel of the chapter is really setting up for some sad part with All Might finally passing away. Next chapter or the chapter after that. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time. Goodbye.